It seems like there's a never-ending supply of Disney vloggers. These are people that generally go to the theme park every single day, record a video, showing off some rides, some restaurants, some new experience, and then uploading it on the internet. The other day, we got a brand new Country Bear Jamboree. It's okay. And immediately my homepage was filled with the same video from a whole bunch of different content creators. A few weeks before that, we got Tianu's Bayou Adventure. It's not okay. And same thing. Whole bunch of videos. Now, who's the first one? It's not Tim Tracker. This is way before Tim Tracker. It's even before Adam the Woo. Certainly before paging Mr. Morrow. I don't think Kyle and JoJo were even born when this happened. This is all the way back in the year 2006 when we got our very first Disney vlogger and influencer. First time people were hearing about this was from an article on January 11th, 2006 on Boing Boing. Now let's put some perspective into that time period. I believe that 2005 is really the start of the Disney adult, the crazy Disney fandom. Disneyland was celebrating their 50th anniversary and they made such a big production out of it. And they incorporated all their different parks to celebrate. So big fans started saying, hey, I got to go to this park and that park. And I gotta really obsess about this thing. There's so much history here. And Disney started feeding the nostalgia. And if you look, statistics, their parks had been down since September 11, 2001, and that's when they really started ramping back up. Now, I got to tell you, as somebody who went to Disney during that time period of around 2002, 2003, 2004, it was great. Parks weren't super crowded. The prices were so reasonable. I remember getting a $59 a night hotel at the All-Star Movies. So this guy said he was going to go to Disney every single day. He was going to spend $100,000 doing this, and people were shocked. Nobody had heard of such a thing. Now, he didn't tell us who he was. He gave us a nickname, Jupelo. He said that Jupelo was not his nickname, but he had a feeling it was going to be his nickname. What was that all about? I would have thought he would have had a nickname that meant something, that was a Disney character or some kind of initialism. He does not explain what it means on the website. I know when I searched for him, by the way, Google changed it to Tupelo and was telling me about Disney on Ice and Tupelo, or Jupelo? The Gathering of the Jupelos. He listed 3 goals on his website. Goal 1, to spend an entire year at Walt Disney World and capture every second on video for us to see. Goal 2 was to build the world's largest Disney collection, and goal 3 was to not go insane. Now notice this banner ad that says, do not click too much magic. If you click that, it took you to Relive the Magic. Now, I bought DVDs from this website. These were DVDs where somebody went around with a camcorder and just recorded rides, shows, walking around the theme parks. In 2006, YouTube was brand new, and streaming wasn't going to happen on YouTube for another 3 years. So superfans needed websites like this if you wanted to see some of your memories of the past or get a peek at what Disney looks like on a day when you're not there. I loved this idea. Now, there were some horror stories about Relive the Magic. First thing was that people would order and they'd never get their discs, right? And then they'd email and say, hey, I ordered this a month ago. Where is it? And the person would say, oh, we're going to be sending it. We're working on production. We're so sorry. Here's 50% off if you'd like to buy anything else. People would say, ooh, 50% off a DVD that'll never arrive. That's a good deal. And they'd actually order more stuff. And then when it arrived, it was just a blank DVD that was stuck inside a paper case with handwritten notes about which one was which was not the type of professionalism that people expected back in 2006. Originally, people ordered being told that it was going to be a 16-disc set of the Magic Kingdom, and then when it arrived, it was 7 discs, and it came with a note saying, we compressed the video and squeezed it onto less discs because we wanted to get it out to you as quickly as possible. There's so many orders, so many people want this. that we needed to squeeze this onto a smaller disc. So look at this pixelated mess. And it was all shot with a camcorder. It was low quality footage, which I expected, but some people didn't. And they were like, what is this? I thought I was on a professional website purchasing a professional disc. They tried to make that their selling point, by the way. I remember on there it said, these are not professionally produced videos. These were shot from a fan's eye, which makes them better. Now, right around this time, out in California, was the Extinct Attractions Club. This focused mostly on Disneyland. It was a very interesting website. It had a nice story behind it. This guy was a motel kid, which meant he lived in a motel near Disneyland, and he would see all these people having fun. So the few times he was able to get into that park, he recorded every inch of it. So he had all these vintage videos, and he would compile them. And slowly, he started making these great documentaries, and then enlisting the help of many of the people that had worked with Walt Disney. Guys like Bob Gurr and Exitencio did long interviews with him. And then he became friendly with Roy Disney. This was Walt's nephew, and he was sort of high up in the company and also had kind of a contentious relationship with them. At one point, he broke off completely from the company and tried to oust Michael Eisner. He was an interesting guy, and Dave being friends with him really helped his cause, because these definitely were violating some kind of copyright. Now today, when you watch these vloggers on YouTube, they are getting paid for the commercials on it, and Disney has to weigh, do they want this free advertisement on YouTube, or do they want to protect their IP so no one else can make money with it? The Extinct Attractions Club was shut down in 2010 after Disney filed a lawsuit against them for copyright infringement. Now, interestingly, Roy Disney had died in 2009, so Dave had lost his best supporter. Back to Jupelo. His website is long gone, so I had to go to archive.org to dig it up. And the first capture that they have of the Jupelo website was from January 10th, 2006. It said on the website, you see, I fly down to WDW every week, usually for about 6 days. I like to get 1 day at home. So he really wasn't spending the whole year at Walt Disney World. He said he wanted to stay in a Disney hotel, go to the parks, ride the rides. They're attractions. Jupelo, if you're a big fan, if you're a Disney adult, you have to call them attractions. Six Flags has rides. Watch the shows, shop in the stores, eat in the restaurants, etc. In other words, if you can do it at WDW, you'll eventually see me do it on this site. And I chronicle almost every second of my days with lots and 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 lots of photos. That's the thing. He couldn't actually stream live at that point in time, so he was posting photos throughout his day. You could see a photo like this of the old Epcot logo on top of Spaceship Earth. Remember that? It's on my shirt. Now, Jupelo would do a report about each day that would say what parks he went to, where he stayed, and what he bought for this world's largest collection. And he commented on the website that you may have noticed he was just buying ordinary things, about 5 things a day. But over the course of 5 years, he intended to make this 25,000 items, which would make it the world's largest Disney collection. But he said that was only the start of his plan. He was then going to turn that into a charity. This was 2006, so it said, who be Jupelo? I be 19 years old. I be male. He's not married. He said that he had $100,000 to spend because he had 3 businesses that he had started when he was a teenager. On the first day, he mentioned that he had purchased a 2006 Lindsay Lohan, A Little More Personal CD. And then he wrote, insert your own joke. Maybe this won't officially stay part of the collection. It's just something I bought. And then he updated later, I'm not in love with Lindsay Lohan, despite the fact that I bought her CD on the first day at Walt Disney World. All you people emailing about it, you really need to let it go. By the way, if you're interested, first day, in addition to buying a Lindsay Lohan CD, he stayed at an all-star resort and he flew on JetBlue. And you know, who didn't have a crush on 2006 Lindsay Lohan? Now, he had a page that showed all of the comments on the website, but he didn't call them comments. He called them fan mail and hate mail. Some people would say, oh my God, a year at Disney, that's insane. Never heard of such a thing. Paging Mr. Morrow doesn't exist in this universe yet. And other people would say, hey, why don't you show yourself? What's going on? So sometime between week 2 and the beginning of February, he posted something saying, hey, It's a change of plans. I realized that capturing every second of my Disney day means no fun during my Disney day. And as much as I want to share a ton of pictures with you, I can't take pictures all day long and constantly post them to this website. So now I'm going to take a bunch of photos, but I'm going to post them all at once, so you won't be coming to the website constantly refreshing it to see new pictures. You'll have to come by every day and see all the pictures I took. So he had these kind of large photo dumps that he would put, taking somewhat interesting photos. In retrospect, they're less interesting because today people really do capture every single inch of those parks, and they started doing that right around 2006. Guys, I'm doing the edit for this video and I realize I don't have an ending to it. I don't know what happened to Jupelo. He posted for 20 days and then he stopped posting daily but did these photo dumps, and after a few weeks he stopped doing that and we never heard from him again. Or did we? Did he live out his dream of trying to capture Disney? Is he a vlogger today under a different name? Maybe he doesn't want to be associated with the failure of this one-year experience, but maybe he's still vlogging today. So I started thinking, he's 19 years old in the year 2006. There's one Disney vlogger that would be the right age, and that's Paging Mr. Morrow. Now that's a conspiracy theory, and I want to believe. By the way, I got some vintage Disney postcards, and if you want to get a postcard from me, I'm sending them for just $3. So go sign up on Patreon. Be like Cheese God. Be like Michael and Jessica. Recently, I dug into a Disney news site that does some of the most bizarre clickbait headlines I've ever heard. And I'm not kidding about this. They'll do stuff like child tossed off Big Thunder Mountain, and then you read the article, and it's like somebody tossed a photo of a child off Big Thunder Mountain. We think that because we saw a photo on the ground, so somebody must have tossed it on that ride. Why did they do it? We don't know. It's a terrible website. I got a little angry during that video. You can watch it right up here. Otherwise, YouTube says that one's what's best for you, and I'll see you next time.